And as we'll talk about, the issues of character, but I think especially in business, we should certainly expect more from our relationships, expect more from ourselves and from others than just honesty and ethical behavior. Like those things are great, but trust is not just based on, will you tell me the truth, which is at times
that's an aspect of trust. And as Dr. Cloud says, that's one of 5 aspects of trust.
But there's many other aspects to the character element, as we just talked about, between self-control and endurance and godliness and love and all these other things. So character even itself is a fairly complex topic you should be thoughtful about. So very helpful.
So this is the business aspect of Dr. Cloud's trust, and we're not going to do a book review. That was last week's podcast. If you missed it, go ahead and listen to it. And we just we summarized the book very, very quickly, what the book is all about. So if there is broken trust, if we want to move on in business, so think of an employee that you have, or a client, or even customer for that matter, and trust has been broken. Before you can fix it, you have to heal from it. And Dr. Cloud says the 5 components to healing broken trust are understanding, motive, ability, character, and track record. You need all 5 of those to heal from broken trust. You started to get into, in terms of motive, you were talking about product market fit. So let's say there's broken trust for whatever widget one's selling. How do you heal if the motive's not there? Or how do you heal as, I've heard you talk several times. You jump into a meeting of high-end investors and not everyone on the leadership team is on the same page. You laugh because it's so common. What do you do if the motive's not there?
Well, here's the good news. Let's start with the good news.
Okay.
The good news is, if you are missing one of these 5 elements, the good news is you have 4 out of 5. You have 80%. So you're actually a lot closer to trust than you might think, right? So I think that's the good news, at least for people like me who tend to be fairly trust or no trust, all in, all out, and that's a struggle for me. The nice thing is, if you can pinpoint what the problem is of those 5 elements, and you can address that one thing, you actually are much closer to trust than you think you are.
Absolutely.
So that's really good news. But then I think the hard part is, obviously, you have to consider from those 5 things, do we have, as a team, a group, or as a leadership group, do we have a shared understanding